Hello, this is a brief introduction designed to provide a preview of the presentation I hope to deliver at next year's PMI EMEA Congress in May in Barcelona. It represents a joint effort by Max Weidemann and Kik Piney. It builds on the DIKW, that is Data, Information, Knowledge and Wisdom model that was introduced in the 5th edition of the PMBOK Guide. So, with a nod at Marvel Comics, I've called these the Fabulous Four. So who are they? Why do we need them? They can be harnessed to address a number of pressing challenges in current projects, whether big data, knowledge management, information technology, communications, stakeholder management, and of course effective decision making. So what's the background of the DIKW famous for? Well, generally most authors like to quote from The Rock by T.S. Eliot. Where is the life we have lost in living? Where is the wisdom we have lost in knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in information? And to complete the quartet, I would now like to add, and where is the wisdom we have buried in knowledge? So, let's look at the DIKW model in more detail. The components are fairly evident, being, of course, data, information, knowledge, and wisdom as a hierarchy. And starting from the data level, information is generated by processing data, whereas knowledge is created by integrating the information, and wisdom requires assimilating and understanding the knowledge in a consistent model, which serves for effective decision-taking. But the model does work in both directions, because starting from wisdom, new knowledge can be used to challenge accepted wisdom, and new information serves to validate knowledge, and information can be verified against existing data. These ideas can be applied to the knowledge areas of the PMBOK Guide, as for example communication management and stakeholder management. How does that work? After verifying the data, let's look at communications and stakeholder management. Well, communication and stakeholder management have been analyzed, and the full table indicates all of the inputs and outputs for these knowledge areas. And I have characterized them as data, information, or knowledge. For example, if one goes to project communications, it can take the form of data, information, or knowledge, depending on the content. On the other hand, not surprisingly, work performance data is data and an input, whereas work performance information is information and an output, which is based on the work performance data. You may notice that wisdom is not explicitly mentioned. So let's examine that next. Conventional decision makers analyze the situation, but a key leadership skill is for both leaders and project managers is decision making, and the link between decision making, wisdom and knowledge are as follows. As we said, conventional decision makers analyze what they know about the situation, but wise decision makers have to envisage what they do not know about the situation. This should allow them to avoid groupthink, avoid premature decision making. It encourages them to ask and then to listen. Now, the full presentation will include insights into how to use these ideas, for example in applying earned value management and in delivering effective communications. But we don't have time for that now. So to conclude the presentation, and back to the famous four, to quote from the film The Famous Four, Dr. Doom may be stronger than each of us, but he's not stronger than all of us. Similarly, in the high-pressure world of projects, it's very easy to act too fast and without sufficient thought. Although an unthinking approach can omit some data and overlook some information, or forget some knowledge, or even ignore some wisdom, the integrated DIKW model provides a strong defense against making unwise decisions. So, thank you, and I hope that we will all be able to talk this over in much more depth at PMI's next EMEA Congress in Barcelona in May 2016.